beautiful location. And people called and they were getting a sinkhole around their septic tank. So tank is about 4 foot deep, and they had somebody install a riser, which wound up being 2 water main risers stacked on top of each other. So instead of using an actual riser, that's what they used. And so they've been wondering why this sinkhole keeps happening, and I will show you why. The tank is now full of sand and dirt and rock that they've been filling this hole in, because come around here, there's about a 3 or 4 inch gap down there that's allowing everything that goes in this hole to go in the tank. So now the front chamber of the tank is now full of sand and rock and dirt. So we're gonna have to pull this cover out, and we're gonna actually install an actual correct riser, and we're gonna try to wash as much of this sand down. We normally don't try to, when it's a lot of sand and dirt, I hate getting it in the truck, but it's one of those things. We're gonna have to kind of clear this out, and he's gonna stick the prober right in the tank. So this gap over here in front of this riser is 3 or 4 inches. So it's just all the dirt and everything they've been putting in is just sifting down into the tank. So now the tank's about I'd say a third full of dirt and sand. So this is why you're doing risers. They make the correct stuff. So if you have somebody suggesting that you would put they're awesome. If you don't have one, we recommend just make sure they're using the correct stuff. When we do them, we normally use the riser kits, put them on that have the tank adapters for a concrete tank, and we'll tap con them down the whole 9 yards. This tank's just a little shy of 4 foot to the lid, so the riser is good. Avoids having to tear the yard up, but when it's done incorrectly, this is the kind of stuff you run into. So we're gonna try to get as much of the dirt and sand out of there as we can. It's not ideal. It's not something we like getting on the truck, just because it's hard to get it off. Like we'll probably have to spend some time over the next couple of days and wash the truck out once we get all this on there, but that's just part of it. As you can see, this front chamber over here is pretty much full, and it was so full it would start a problem where to get over into the next chamber it was going to have to come up over the wall, so the level was going to have to get high, which was going to cause a lot of problems. So just remember, when you're getting work done, try to make sure you're using a good reputable company and make sure they're using correct. I know sometimes you just have to trust who you're using, but it's things like this sometimes you got to watch out for. And I understand back a lot of years ago, if there wasn't actual risers, and people use corrugated pipe and different things, you kind of had to use what you had to use. But nowadays there's actual correct stuff, and there's reason to use it. So once we get all this out, we'll, like I said, pull all this out. We're gonna have to bring some dirt, get all this straightened out, so this customer can finally get rid of this headache. I mean, this has been something they've been battling for quite a while. So it's just one of those things people run into. All right. Let us know in the comments if you like us going live, kind of talking through this kind of stuff. There's a lot of people that are first time ever being on a septic system. They don't know certain things that are going on, and that's kind of what was going on here. This is the first time they've been on a septic system, so they just trusted what they were being told. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there that will do things that Not that they're trying to mess anybody over. They just try to do things on the cheap, and sometimes that causes more issues than it's worth. So, and again, there's a pickup bed full of sand in this in this tank. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. We'll do a video, or kind of put up once we get all this completed, we'll kind of come back and either go live when we're doing it, or we'll probably not gonna put the riser on today. We got a pretty hectic schedule pumping, and it's got some weather coming in, so we're gonna kind of just get it pumped for today, and then we'll come back probably next week once it's good and dry. That way we can do a little better job and neater job putting the riser on. So thanks for watching, guys.